Bright suns, and welcome back to an all-new episode of Let's Talk About Star Wars with Maggie Lovett. Today's episode is brought to you by my responses over on Twitter. You all absolutely knocked it out of the park. I think I have over 100 comments on my tweet from yesterday about who you would like to see in a Star Wars movie. So I'm going to be reading through those here in a few minutes. This idea came up because I'm working on an article over at Dork Side of the Force about actors and actresses who were considered for roles in Star Wars, but for whatever reason were either not chosen or passed on the opportunity. I always think it's really interesting. If you remember some of my first episodes on here, I talked about what could have beens. So I think it's really interesting when you think about some of the actors that almost took on extremely iconic roles, but at the detriment of us not seeing them in some other iconic roles that they went on to embody. So that got me thinking about actors that all of us would love to see in a Star Wars movie that may or may not have actually already auditioned for roles in Star Wars and just either weren't chosen or turned them down. So I've kind of read through some of the responses that I got, but I haven't read through everybody's, so I'm going to be doing that live. So let's see how badly I butcher people's names, because I am terrible at pronunciation. But that's today's episode, so I hope you enjoy. All right, let's see what Twitter has for us today. What sort of responses my tweet sparked. So if you saw my tweet yesterday, you will know that one of my top people that I would like to see in a Star Wars movie is Chris Pine. I love him in pretty much everything he's ever been in, and with Patty Jenkins planning to direct Rogue Squadron, I have a lot of hope that we might be able to see Chris Pine. She does really like working with him, so fingers crossed that I get my wishes. So let's go through some responses. Kamosi Mills, being awesome as always, said me. Thank you, thank you. I too would love to be in a Star Wars. Let's see, we've got Anya Taylor-Joy as a suggestion for an actress they'd love to see in Star Wars. I love what Alan said, that now he can't unsee Gal Gadot, and Chris Pine as Jaws and Pika. Even included a gif from Wonder Woman 1984. Anthony suggested Tom Hardy. Yes. Oh, I like Kyle White. Kyle White said Judi Dench. I would definitely love to see Judi Dench in a Star Wars. Charlie Ashby coming in with Catherine Hahn. Yes, definitely. Sean O'Rourke said Chris Pine would have been a better Han Solo replacement. Yeah, so I've been doing a lot of research about the actors who auditioned for Han Solo, and it's kind of mind-boggling how many actors auditioned for the role, but I do think that Chris was a little too old, which is why he, as far as I know, did not audition for the role. Let's see. Our friends over at A Larger View of the Force suggested Vanessa Kirby. Oh, Ben Amy said Natalie Dormer. Yes, and I have a friend that would love to see Natalie Dormer in it. William has given up yet again. This up-and-coming actress, Maggie Lovett, would be great. Thank you. But real talk, Kenneth Branagh. Yes, I would love to see Kenneth Branagh. Apparently he auditioned for Han Solo back in the day. I think it was either Han Solo or Obi-Wan Kenobi in Phantom Menace. He has auditioned for Star Wars. So it's past time for him to actually be in Star Wars. Heather Finley said Raul Cooley. Yes. If he's not going to be our Ezra, like, at least let him be an X-Wing pilot. He'd be awesome. Loving Kristen Bates' suggestion of William Dafoe. Yes. William Dafoe makes everything he's in infinitely better. So yes. BCD suggested a whole bunch of people. Pretty much everybody who is currently on WandaVision. Yeah, everybody who is on WandaVision. Yeah, I would love that. Elizabeth Olsen actually has auditioned for Star Wars in the past. You can read more about that in my article. But yeah, I would love to see her in it. BCD also suggested O'Shea Jackson, who is awesome. I have worked with him. He's super nice. Would love to see him in a Star Wars movie. Also suggested Lakeith Stanfield. Yeah, he would be incredible. Sterling Brown, Denzel Washington, and Lil Rel Howery. Yes, all of them. Let's see who else. Alden Diaz coming in with a bunch of stellar suggestions. Julianne Moore, Ron Cephas Jones, Richard Dormer, and Anna Diarmas. Yes, I would love Anna Diarmas to be in a Star Wars. Norhall suggested Natalia Emmanuel as Sienna Rhee. I could see that. And then also Sam Hugan as Thane Kyril. Yes, definitely. Loving that a larger view of the Force came back and said yes to both of these as well. So great taste. The Tally Lintra Simp account suggested Brie Larson. I have a really good feeling that at some point in the Star Wars canon, we're going to see Brie Larson. Honestly, I think a lot of the Marvel people will kind of pull double duty, just because Disney does like to kind of keep it all in the family. Odie from El Podcast de Star Wars suggested Liam Cunningham, Zazie Beetz, Brie Larson, and Gael Garcia Bernal. Yes, I would love to see Gael Garcia Bernal in a Star Wars. Yes, just emphatically yes. Honestly, I would love to see him like appear in Andor just because of his friendship with Diego. Fingers crossed. Pete suggested Gary Oldman. Yeah, it's past time for Gary Oldman to be in a Star Wars. Loving Lord of Alderaa's suggestion of Anthony Starr from The Boys. Honestly, I have a really hard time looking at him in anything else because he's just so terrifying in The Boys. So I would love for him to play like a really sweet character. So I'm not just constantly absolutely terrified of him because he is frightening. Rick Villanueva suggested that he is announcing his career in acting, so him. Loving that. Ben Foldy suggested the one and only, I'm going to slaughter his name, Piliu Aspiak. Sure, I'm here for it. Loving Nick's suggestion of Michael B. Jordan. Yes, definitely would love to see that. Paul suggested Brie Larson. She's up there. She's getting a lot of suggestions. Michelle Yeoh, Chris Hemsworth, Michael B. Jordan, Idris Elba, Maisie Williams. Yes to all of them, especially Idris Elba. He would be so good. Loving seeing these like repeat names on here. Scout suggested James McAvoy, who has allegedly auditioned for a Star Wars film in the past. But yeah, I would love to see him. I'm never going to say no to more James McAvoy in my life. Jordan Hamilton suggested Anna Kendrick. Yes, I have a lot of friends who would definitely love to see Anna Kendrick in a Star Wars. I feel like she's such a fast talker and so funny. She'd be great in like a cantina scene or something. I could definitely envision that. Meg Dowell suggested Brie Larson, clearly at the top of everyone's list. Alberto suggested Charles Dance, and specifically Charles Dance to be in The Acolytes. That'd be really interesting. I love Charles Dance so much. Let's see. Oh my gosh. I had so many suggestions here. Harley Bashaw suggested Daniel Radcliffe. Let's have Daniel Radcliffe and Elijah Woods in a Star Wars. Let's have them in Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy. I'm here for that. DK Fulton suggested Paul Le Mat. Sure, I'm into it. Star Boras suggested Viggo Mortensen. I'm very, very into this. I love Viggo. Let's see. Kurt suggested Michael K. Williams. Yeah, I'm here for that. Definitely here for that. Lauren Romo suggested Jodie Whittaker. Yes. Another suggested for Elizabeth Olsen. We also have John David Washington, yes, love him. Val from Nowhere suggested Carla Gugino. I just know that I just slaughtered her name, but yes. Yes. Miguel Ocho suggested My Dear Beloved Jamie Lannister. Yes. I love him. I miss him so much. Oh, I love Maria's suggestion. A little bit of discussion on this last night. She suggested Lionel Richie, specifically playing Donald Glover's Lando Calrissian's father. Yes, would love it. Perfect casting. Somebody get Maria into the casting room so she can be the casting director, because yes. Emma Morrison suggested Dylan O'Brien. Yes, definitely fantastic actor. Yes, Thomas Sholin suggested Tessa Thompson, who has apparently auditioned for Star Wars films in the past. Yes, emphatically yes. Yes. Emma Park suggested, yet again, Brie Larson. She's getting all the suggestions. Knucklehead suggested Michael C. Hall, little Dexter action in Star Wars. Oh my gosh, so many good actors choices here. This thread is just filled with so many good choices. Oh, we have another one for Charles Dance. Joe Favini suggested Charles Dance as well. And then Stephen Ray Morris suggested Elizabeth Olsen as well. Yes. We also have Robert Pattinson, suggested by Timothy, I guess. Timothy. Patrick Stewart. Yes. I love seeing my Star Trek people in my Star Wars. So yes. Yes. 100%. So many good suggestions on here. I'm going to check the quote tweets too, because I know I got a bunch more. I'm just going I've missed some. I've skipped some repeats. So be sure to go over to Twitter and check out all of these fantastic suggestions. Catherine Keenan suggested Deborah Mailman. Yes, definitely. We have a suggestion for Sebastian Stan, only to have him be revealed as a Skywalker. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm also really bad at remembering people's names. So a lot of people shared GIFs, and I have very bad time remembering names. So there are a lot of GIFs of actors that I'm just going to be like, yes, but their names are not coming to me off the top of my head, unfortunately. So I am missing out on a bunch of really fantastic suggestions that everybody gave in. I know there's one on here that somebody tagged Rachel Zegler, who is going to be, of course, Maria in West Side Story, and she also just booked Shazam 2, and she is such a truly lovely person, and I absolutely geeked when she responded and that she said she would drop everything to be in a Star Wars movie. Honestly, like, I would love to see her in a Star Wars film. That girl deserves everything. We have some more suggestions. Andreas Alvarez suggested Ron Swanson as a gluttonous Imperial officer. I'm now blanking on his name too, but yeah, he is a riot and would be great in a Star Wars. Oh, I love the suggestion of Kitsu Onyo. She's great. Daniel Kaluuya, ever since he was in Get Out, yes. Also, if you haven't watched his new film, definitely watch it. Also, somebody suggested Ron Perlman. Yes, I love Ron Perlman. Like, weird obsession. I've loved him since I was a child. I was a huge fan of his Beauty and the Beast in the 80s. I love him as Hellboy. Would love to see him in more things that I love, like Star Wars. So, yes. That would be perfect. If we get Guillermo del Toro to do a Star Wars, hire Ron Perlman. You'll make me very happy. Very happy. There's just so many good suggestions on here. We also have Henry Cavill and Carl Urban. Yes. Casey Beckley suggested Chris Pine as Elzar Mann. I don't know if he'd be right for Elzar Mann. I have other actors in mind for that, and I see Elzar a little bit differently. I think I'd like to see him more in a Rogue Squadron type piloting thing. I don't know. I feel like Steve Trevor's just ruined me for envisioning him as anything but a pilot. A suggestion for David Tennant and Karen Gillan, yes. I love Skip Plate's suggestion of Betty White, yes. Yes. We also have Michael Fassbender, another Brie Larson. Eric McMillan suggested Benedict Cumberbatch as Thrawn. I mean, Benedict would be fine in Star Wars. Meryl Streep is another great suggestion. I love this suggestion from Anthony Armand. He suggested Idris Elba and Freema Agyeman. I love her. I love Martha. I didn't like Martha when I was a child, but in rewatching Doctor Who as an adult, I love Martha and I would love to see her in more stuff. More sci-fi to be specific, because I know she's been doing some really fantastic shows here recently. Also suggestion, Ben Barnes. Yes, Ben Barnes playing an evil character. He's so good. I love Ben Barnes. We got another Anna de Armas, another Sam Rockwell, also Chloe Bennett and Toby Stevens. Yes. I actually have a Black Sails poster over here. So yes, Toby Stevens would be awesome. And then we have Sarah Michelle Gellar, who has voiced in the Clone Wars. So I would love to see her and Freddie both actually be in a Star Wars. I think that'd be really cool. And then we have people who are suggesting, people that we just don't want to discuss anymore because they no longer work for Star Wars. So don't have to worry about them. But we had so many suggestions here for Brie Larson. So clearly it's high past time for Brie Larson to be in a Star Wars. I definitely would not say no to that. But that is all that I'm going to be talking about that. Absolutely loved hearing from everyone and their suggestions for kind of their fan casting for Star Wars films. I think what's really exciting is that with so many new Star Wars properties coming out, there's so much opportunities for us to either become fans of new actors that are being introduced to us through Star Wars, or seeing some of our favorite actors kind of make that transition into sci-fi, maybe for the first time, or just kind of continuing their own love for nerdy things. I think what's so interesting with my research that I've been doing about people who had either refused a role in Star Wars is the fact that there was this weird stigma in the early 2000s, late 1990s, that sci-fi and fantasy was kind of a career killer. So I think a lot of people avoided being part of Star Wars or Star Trek or all these different superhero movies back in the day, and now that's really a driving force in the entertainment industry now. I mean, they're making so many jobs, they're opening up so many new opportunities for people. Even with TV, you're seeing a lot more big name stars making that shift from movies into television because streaming has kind of glamorized this idea of being on TV. So I think that we'll definitely see more big name celebrity personalities being on Star Wars films in the future and Star Wars projects. So it's all a matter of waiting for our favorite people to show up in our favorite universe. I know that there were a lot of people mentioned here that are some of my favorites, so I am excited about the fantasy putting it out there in the universe that they might one day be in a Star Wars. And now with that, I'm going to open a absolutely fantastic gift that a friend of mine sent me, and it's just cute, and I wanted to share it with all of you. All right, so my friend Margaret sent me a little goodie bag this week filled with all sorts of absolutely adorable Mandalorian goodies. So first up is this really cute coloring bag with the child on the front of it. Let me open it up and see what is inside. So inside is some crayons with the child on them. And then a little sheet of stickers, some little child stickers, and then a coloring book. I don't think you can see it because of my lighting. Let me see. There you go. Some child coloring sheets to color. So cute. The stickers are really cute. Let me see. Okay. There you go. Super cute stickers. Very cute. Let's see. She also sent me this little tiny box that has, what's in it? This brings back so much like memories from my childhood. It is a tiny little stamp with the child on it. So that's really super cute. Let's see. Oh my gosh. It makes a little stamp of the child. Now I look like I went to the coolest bar in the galaxy. Let's see what else. So that was adorable. Also has this cool like holographic card of the child, which is cute and will definitely go up on my little bookshelf aroma. Also another little box with the child in it, some stickers, 4 tiny little adorable stickers of the child. Again, you can't really see it because of my light. Okay, just trust me on it. Some more really cute stickers of the child. And this is tattoos, so I'm not going to take this out because I don't want to destroy it. But this is a little box of Mandalorian tattoos. Fun fact, back when I turned 25, I had actually considered getting a tattoo on my ankle of the Rebel Alliance symbol. Really glad I didn't do that. Let's see. This is another box of stickers. Let's see what is inside. Ooh. Another little box of cute Mandalorian stickers. So thank you, Margaret, so much for sending this to me. An absolute highlight of my week. I really enjoyed opening that up and exploring all of the goodies inside. Next week, I will be talking about, I don't know what. I was going to say the last Alphabet Squadron, but it just comes out, so I'm not going to start talking about it that soon. We do have a new High Republic Adventures coming out on Wednesday, so I'll probably talk about that some and just kind of recap the last 2 editions of Daniel's new High Republic story. I can't wait to talk about Alphabet Squadron. My review dropped. Obviously don't read it because there's a lot of spoilers in it, but when you get your hands on the book very soon and read through it, because I know all of you are going to run a rush through that book to get to the end and find out what happens to these characters we love. Be sure to check out my review. Really happy with being able to read these Star Wars books and cover them, and love sharing my thoughts with all of you and hearing from you. So once again, as always, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing to me. Thank you for interacting. Last week some people were not very nice for a few reasons that I'm not going to talk about. And it was just really nice how everyone kind of rallied around all of us that were getting bullied and supported us. So thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, interacting. I love hearing from all of you. I love talking about Star Wars with you. So as always, may the Force be with you. Until next week.